Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm SocioPsycho, and this is StarCraft Wings of Liberty Brutal Mission 15. Let's get right to it.
We've received reports of a new Dominion salvage operation on Tarsonis. They're running a large number of supply trains with minimal security. If we intercept the trains and liberate their contents before they can be shipped off-world, we could make a serious profit.
Never thought we'd be back to this graveyard again. What have we got, Matt?
The Dominion's restored power to the old rail network. They're using the trains to move salvage to a central processing station. Our informants say the Dominion's found something unusually valuable, and they're transporting it to the processing station today. It's on one of these trains, but unfortunately they're all scan shielded, so we can't tell which one. We'll have to hit as many as we can and hope we get lucky.
Hope we get lucky? That ain't the usual Matt Horner plan.
You got a better one, sir. I'm all ears.
It's all good, Matt. You sold me. Well, let's go rob ourselves some trains. Old Tychus is gonna love this one.
Nothing like a little train robbery. The trains you do have to be on top of. This mission isn't necessarily difficult in an aspect of enemies, but in speed and timing.
You gonna give me orders? Outstanding. What's on your mind?
Sir, it turns out there are a few Confederate vehicles in the hills the Dominion haven't salvaged yet.
Diamondbacks. Man, I didn't think they made it past prototyping. Their rail guns will be great for stopping those trains. No pun intended. I'll upload their schematics to our factory network.
There may be other vehicles around that we can commandeer. We should keep our eyes open.
So you need to make sure you have the right barricades up. A little bit of luck does play into role because you're not sure. I don't know if it's random. I think it's random on which tracks the trains come out of. So there's a little bit of luck.
Add-on complete.
Ah! You scared me! Sure thing.
While the rail guns on these Diamondbacks are useful, you're gonna need a whole lot of them on Brutal to be able to take out these trains, as well as the escorts that the trains have. It's not really financially feasible. We're going to build some bunkers and put some defensive structures in some tactical locations.
A train is approaching through a tunnel in the northwest.
Minimizing the cost, or at least hopefully. Of course, we don't really have a lot of money. There are some resource nodes around the map, and the trains themselves will give us supplies, but we have to make sure that we spend every penny as best as possible. 4 Marines aren't really going to do much, but we do have the Diamondbacks, so they'll come along and help out. We are sending the SCV down because we will build some bunkers. I accidentally sent him to the high ridge. Whoops.
SCV ready. Yo.
Add-on complete.
The Diamondbacks have this. That's no problem.
Of course. SCV
As you can see, when they collapse, they give us resources.
How devious.
Excellent work, sir. We can utilize the train's scrap payload to build more units. We obviously won't find many natural mineral fields here, so we should make the most of what we can salvage from the trains.
Sure thing. You're the boss.
Researching upgrades will be important as well. Now, I'm putting the first bunker down here because the first train came up top, so chances are the second train will come out on the next track below that. That's my estimated guess anyways.
What's on your mind?
A train is coming through the western tunnel.
Check it out, Jimmy. Dominion started sending escorts to protect the trains.
I don't really like this angle I built the bunker at. I made a little mistake there. I should have moved the bunker to a little better position because now the SCVs are going to get attacked. They're going to be right up into the battle because of how it turns. Not exactly the best position. A little mess up there. We'll roll with it, we'll deal with it, we'll make it work, but if you do that, you want to try to avoid building on that sort of disadvantage.
Ready to roll out. Need something? It's all me.
They should get that train. It has a lot of health, but they'll whittle it down.
Commander, I'm picking up increased comm traffic from the Dominion. Sounds like they're planning to attack our base. We better be ready.
Another great reason why the bunkers at that location are such a great position is because the enemies come out in that dark spot, goes up a ramp, and there's enemies in that location. So building a bunker there not only protects against the train escorts, but also deals with incoming attacks against your base, which is one more thing. They do have enemy bases from the rear, but they don't attack as much.
A train is exiting the southern tunnel.
Excellent. SCV ready. Goliath online. SCV ready. What's the plan? Who wants some? I'm waiting.
Again, this train is a bit far away. Our troops weren't all there, but I believe we have a DPS to handle that. It's not too bad at this point.
Go ahead.
Upgrade complete.
SCV ready.
Upgrade. Mineral field depleted.
Of course.
The Dominion are constructing a series of bunkers to protect the tracks. Be careful.
And while our force is over there, we'll get the last diamond back. That should be good. And we'll swing around eventually and grab up the next research node. And there's SUV, enemy SUVs, building a little turret. We have no men right here right now, but
Base is under attack.
we'll deal with it.
On the move. At the ready.
Looks like we found all the Confederate Diamondbacks, sir. This should really help out against the trains.
Get me out of here.
A train is coming through the western tunnel.
I'm on it.
So you can see how exposed that SCV is. We'll put them back a little bit, but that's why the position was just... It's a huge gap. If it's against the Zerg, it'd be a devastating gap. Fortunately, it's not against the Zerg, so... it's not, you know, detrimental, but it is just still like, what was wrong with you? And I completely forgot about that Diamondback. Somehow he missed the group up.
Get me out of here.
Base is under attack.
Big job.
Additional supply depots required.
Victory is ours. What's on your mind?
Our base is practically mined out already.
Armed and ready. Who wants some?
There is a secondary base that we can head to
Mineral field
once
depleted.
it's a little close, once we fully, completely mine out. Ugh, and that Raven just destroyed the tank. That really sucks.
Want a piece of me, boy?
I don't have a defense fully up, and I'm spread a little thin. That's why I'm getting hit so hard in those locations.
Upgrade complete.
It's your dime. Fueled up, ready to
But we
go.
can repair and rebuild fairly easy.
Sure thing.
A train is approaching through a tunnel in the northwest.
3 is ours.
By the numbers, boys. Who wants
Most
some?
of our bunkers are filled, so this is good. We'll put down some missile turrets just as... Not so much because they're going to die. These missile turrets will probably end up dying, but they will prevent those ravens from getting our tanks in those missile spurts, most likely. So there we got one clean, easy, and smooth Dominion train kill. So far it's pretty easy, but the next stage they pump it up a little notch and we can't miss even 2 trains.
Sir, I'm detecting Dominion kill teams patrolling the tracks with large groups of marauders.
Yes, sir!
I'll mark their location with a red warning symbol. Still, you should try to avoid them.
Give us your best shot! Got no
Additional supply depots required.
Yep.
So these kill teams are marauders and medics who are elite. They are very dangerous. They are 2 teams that group up into one giant team and they basically roam around the entire map and will destroy your standing army. Another reason why building bunkers in this regard is so useful.
A train is coming through the western tunnel.
The Dominion are boosting their train speed somehow. You'll need to use Diamondbacks to catch them.
Victory is ours.
I strongly believe that one reason why that south side's getting bombed so hard is due to the poor placement of my bunkers. So these things do matter the entirety of the mission.
Excellent.
I think I just blew myself up with my own tanks. Whoops.
On the move. Victory is
Note to self, don't stand on tracks when train is coming.
Speak up!
In the rear with the gear. What's going on? Armed and ready. You gonna give me orders?
Additional
Oh,
supply
it's
depots
always supply
required.
depots. Supply depot this, supply depot that.
Who wants some?
If you do not kill trains, or if you miss even one train on Brutal, you'll just not have the money really to
Base is
be able
under
to
attack.
survive. So don't miss any trains. So you can see the beauty of that. The missile turret
Yes, sir!
cost 100 and
Something blown up!
it died, but it prevented any further aggression against the bunkers or whatnot.
Huh? You're the boss.
What's the plan? What's on your...
SCV ready.
A train is approaching through a tunnel in the northwest.
By the numbers, boys. In the rear with the gear.
As I said earlier, the enemy will attack from behind, so we want to put one, at least just one bunker
Base
to
is
safeguard
under
our
attack.
rear. A rear guard.
SCV ready.
What's on your mind? Of course.
Well, that train didn't survive very long now, did it? And we are 7 out of 8 trains, so the next one will probably get slaughtered. We haven't seen many in the south track. There's only been that one, so that was fortunate, I guess. Also, if you're wondering why I didn't take that second gas, it's because we don't need gas. Look how much gas I have. I'm not going to waste
What's going on?
the 100
You're the
minerals on building gas. I mean, just no.
Give us your...
No, I say.
This better be good. Of course.
Mineral field depleted.
Go, go, go.
Now, depending on your speed and capability, I always find it advantageous to build a little secondary outpost down here. Not only does it stop any trains that get by, but it also protects against the rear guard. If I can get it set up properly to the way I like it.
Will do. Yeah.
A train is coming through the western tunnel.
Looks like the Dominion ran out of whatever they were juicing the trains with. They're putting out bigger escorts, though. We better watch ourselves.
So the enemy is putting out a bigger escort. I don't think it will help.
Big job, huh?
Mineral field depleted. Base is under attack.
So the missile turrets do again take some of the damage. Fortunately, I lost a tank due to a Raven. But we're doing fine. Majority of the enemy force was destroyed, meaning that my army doesn't have to worry about taking that sort of pressure on by themselves. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty simplistic.
Sir, we're detecting electrical activity in the wreckage.
Now let's see what they were so fired up to get their hands on.
Adjutant 23-46 online. System recording. New Gettysburg Defense Initiative. Submit access codes.
Well, I'll be. It's an old Confederate adjutant. What intel's so important they'd go and dig her up to recover it?
So it took us 21 minutes. That's not bad. No trains missed. And kill the Marauder team on normal. That's how deadly the Marauder team is. They're like, this Marauder team is so deadly that we will allow you the achievement on normal. And I'm just like, fuck that. Let's kill it on brutal.
Sir, that adjutant we recovered is down in the lab. She's all powered up.
Talk to me, you old piece of junk. What do you know?
User identified. Rayner, James, ex-Marshal Marsara Colony. Joined Sons of Korhal Terrorist Group. Status, criminal.
Enough about me, darling. What else you got locked up in that synthetic head of yours?
User status, criminal. Access denied.
Playing hard to get, huh? We'll see about that. Robbing a train again get you feeling nostalgic?
Damn straight. We must have hit the Shell Express a dozen times back in the day. Ah, that keeper never got old.
Almost got us killed when they smartened up and started using outriders to chase us.
Never was a man of them could keep up with you on a vulture, Jimmy. Just added to the fun. How the hell you got a job as marshal after all that? I'll never know.
Robbing trains. We'll make a pirate out of you yet, Mr. Rayner.
Ladies and gentlemen, each night I bring you the news in the most fair and balanced manner possible. But tonight I have a commentary. Some have asked me what the difference is between our leader, Emperor Mengsk, and the traitor Jim Raynor. They point out that Mengsk rebelled against the government of his youth and came to power through the use of violence and subversion. Why is it wrong for Jim Raynor to rebel in similar fashion? There is a difference. When Emperor Mengsk began his revolution, there was no threat hanging over humanity. James Raynor is waging his revolution while we are at war with 2 alien races. James Raynor Have you no conscience? Shouldn't you fall in line, putting your petty complaints aside as we struggle for humanity's very survival against this alien menace?
Everyone's a critic.
So let's see what we have. Availability to upgrade. Nothing new there. Diamondbacks increase their life by 50 and the range. While these are useful upgrades, I don't find any. Again, one of the units that I don't have any use for in the campaign. The later on missions get just way too intense.
I've been looking for an encryption expert so we can access the adjutant we recovered. No luck so far.
Colonel Orlin at Dead Man's Port can crack anything. Haven't been back there in a while. Say, didn't you end up getting married last time we were there?
I told you before. If I knew what the prize was, I never would have joined that card game.
There's just something about a lover's reunion that chokes me up.
It's funny. So I was looking for a Diamondback clickable, but there's apparently nothing to read on that. And when it comes to research, we just gained some credits, and we're still off a bit for Protoss.
Jim, let me in. What really happened on Tarsonis? Whatever it was, I can see it tearing you up inside.
Tarsonis. That's where it all went down. Meng stole a psi emitter from the Confederacy and planted it there. He knew that it'd attract the Zerg, and our revolution began that day. The day Mengsk murdered a whole planet and called it justice.
My God. Billions of innocent people. That's just monstrous. No wonder you hate him so much.
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mission 15. I have been SocioPsycho. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.